What's up, guys?
What the fuck did you just say?
Well, I was working through a lot. I was working through a lot of stuff in the background and trying to share screens that apparently, depending on what night you want to do this, you can't actually do what you want to do because computer says no. Computer says no. It says, no, but not tonight. You could have shared the screen last night, but not tonight.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
And so I'm like working through all of these. I'm working through all these things. I was going to show you a shit ton of footage, and then I try to share the screen, and it says, "No, you don't have permissions." What are you talking about? I don't have permissions. It's on my computer. I should be able to show and share the thing on my computer. So I'm working back through this, and then I go back and I do a bunch of stuff, and it's like, but no, you can't do that. Which is really, I think it's kind of like the universe saying, it doesn't matter what you want to do. We're not going to let you do it. And so I'm like, oh, this is kind of twisted. That's what I thought. That's where I was coming from. I was like, look, I was going to show some stuff. We actually been working on some things out in the Outer Banks. Mainly what we're trying to do is we were trying to get some footage from, down at sea level. And we were going to shoot some, shoot a drone up. And we're on trial number 4 now. And we're going to make a good video about it. But I wanted to share some of it with you, which was basically we're just trying to capture the sun fade, which would, basically annihilate the heliocentric model just every single time, which it already has. Like, there's already people that have gotten it, the sun fade. We just wanted to get it better. We wanted to get one from, ground level and then up from that. And what we ended up getting was just a bunch of beautiful footage of, like, the place we live in anyway. And I'm going to try to get some stuff up here. Trying to do better on the Reckoner because this is my little sacred little place. Nico and I's sacred little place where we just do, when we want to do stuff, we just do it. But I'm going to try this. I'm going to share a screen again, and I don't even know if it's going to work. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at this, and I'm like, okay. So I go here. Let's share. Let's see if this works. Oh, it says Chrome has lost permissions to capture your screen. To fix it, go to System Preferences. No, I just want to show some stuff. So let me try this. Let's see here. And turn this music down a little bit because it's taking me off my game. Nicole, if I send you this shot, like, what? This is weird. It's so weird because I just want to play this little thing, and it won't let me do it. It's so weird.
Does it need to be uploaded?
Well, there's an image file. I guess I could do. Let me see if this works. All right.
No, so you're just gonna have to talk while I upload the footage to YouTube.
I mean, it's sort of.
I'm gonna have to.
It's so dumb.
Wait.
This is so dumb.
No, it's not. It's really not that dumb.
It is dumb.
No,
it's
yeah,
dumb
you,
because it should be easier than this.
Yeah, it should be, but I'm gonna make it easy for you. Are you ready?
Hold on. See, that screen should show that. And that screen.
Yeah, but there's nothing there to show.
Yeah, there is. There's the video I wanted to show. It's right there. But it doesn't show up here.
Yeah, but is it on the internet?
No, it's on my computer.
No, well, that's why it's showing the flower.
Well, how do you want to do it?
Well, if you do a little rant, you can do a little rant.
Just like, I don't know. This video.
All right.
This video right here.
Hold on. 5-minute rant. You can do a 5-minute rant about, like, uploading
all right, let me try this again.
Internet, and I can go to my computer over there, and I can upload it to YouTube and send you the link. And then
this
you can
is totally
present it.
fucking retarded. It's retarded.
Well,
it's retarded. It's right there. I can see it.
Let that go. Get over the fact that it's retarded and just, like, find the shit and figure it out, because we don't have time for it to be retarded.
I'm not really in a big hurry tonight, so.
Well, like, don't waste your time, like, freaking out that it's retarded. Like, yeah, it's retarded. Get around it.
Okay. Well, let's look at this one. So, see, this is the normal. Looks like the Let me just share this.
Can
see
you
what
just
this is.
upload the video? Just
No.
upload it to YouTube.
No.
To a private video.
Well, this one right here. So this was the one I was going to share. Here's the point of it. I don't want to like waste your guys' time or anything on this, but we.
Yes, he does. He totally wants to waste your time.
Well, you guys choose whatever you want to do if you want to listen to us or not. But
I mean, like you can, but it will be a waste of your time.
Okay. Well,
but it will be a good waste of your time.
Yeah.
Because it will make you understand that you are not a waste of time.
Okay. Anyway, do you want to figure out how to get that video onto this screen?
I can tell you exactly how to do it, or I can go away for like 1 minute and you can do a rant, and then I'll send you a link, and then it'll be.
Okay. So I'm going to send, well, what's going to happen is, that's, all right.
Okay.
Here's what's going to happen. We're going to be back in a minute. We got a bunch of actually cool shit to show you guys. But everything that I had lined up just decided to not work. So we're going to be back in a minute. I'm going to go back to the music for a hot minute, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. And we're just going to talk. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of cool ass shit that we were going to do, and we're still going to do it. We're just trying to figure out how to actually share it on the screen. And I've done this now for a couple of years, like managing videos and trying to share them, as we do it. But it turns out that like your own personal files that are on your own computer, you can put it on different screens, and Google won't let you share them, even though it's your own file. Isn't that just a little bit twisted. Like you can share links that go out to other things, and you can share that shit. But don't you share anything on your own computer. So that's what I've been bumbling around with. But welcome to Reckoner. It's allegedly October 22nd, 11:04 p.m. Apparently in a place that's either moving or it isn't. I would posit that it isn't. And we've been doing a lot of stuff, running around the Outer Banks. You know what I can do? This would be really fun. I'm going to do this right now. What I want to do is I'm going to pull up Google Maps, and I want to show you guys kind of like where we sort of live. I don't think a lot of people actually understand like the kind of the situation of like where we're at. So I'm just going to do a little map because I love cartography. I'm a freak about maps, right? So let's see if Google or if StreamYard lets me share the little map program that we have.
Wait a second. Can I first say, like, today we put on the Jeep that we got because of the GoFundMe and everybody who like helped us out. We put on our OBX plate.
Yes.
Today.
And a massive thanks. We're going to send out a massive thanks to everybody.
And we're working on that right now. It has been insane these last several months for us. But we finally made it to the end of the earth.
Do you want some dance pop behind this, or you want like some rock? Or you want to try one of these? Let's try one of these.
Give me some moon tonight.
That's kind of fun. Let's listen. Is this cool?
I can't hear it. You have headphones on. I can't hear it.
We'll do a little light dance pop just because.
Okay, perfect.
Whatever. So let me see if we're rocking on the. Let me go back here. It looks like so I'm going to make that full screen. I'm going to show you guys generally what happened to us. I think I can just do one of these, right? I can just do.
I don't know what you do.
Does that make it big?
That
makes it big. Oh, there we go.
Anyway, we're basically like where the little like red dot is over there. Where am I? How come I'm not in that picture? Am I invisible? What the fuck is going on? Where am I?
No, this is an old. You're looking way back. Look, there you go. So now we're there. So we're looking at that. There we go.
That was a black screen, and now I see a map.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, let me show you a little bit about what happened over the last couple of months.
Oh my gosh!
We used to live here.
Yeah.
Right. We used to live right
in
this.
Yep, that right there.
Right in that little area.
Yep, there you go.
Like that's
Actually,
Brooklyn.
Keep zooming in. It's a little bit.
No, I mean,
basically that stop right there in that whole entire radius
we lived right here.
Is basically where. Well, no, I lived in Midtown. I lived in Williamsburg. I lived everywhere. You lived in one place for 20 years, and I moved around, and you've seen like literally every single one of my apartments.
Yeah. So anyway.
Because he showed apartments, and I was like, "Hey, check this apartment out."
Well, yeah, it was like there's a bunch of places over here.
Like if you wanted an apartment in New York City and you were a musician, you called Lowry.
Yeah, because we all knew.
No, because Lowry was the secret.
We had
agent.
The keys.
He was like the secret agent of apartments in Manhattan.
It's like, hey, you want a place to live?
In Brooklyn.
You want a place to
he was
live?
like, hey, you want it? He was like the Cheshire Cat of apartments.
Oh, I really actually just had the keys. That's
basically. Oh, yeah, you want this apartment? Give me your social security number.
Yeah. So anyway, let me get back to this story.
Anyway.
So anyway, we lived right over in this area, and then we went. Basically out of here, we went down to right over here in this little place, Louisville.
Well,
would you let me go?
Yeah.
You're
better at storytelling.
And then shitty thing happened. They sold a bunch of shit from us.
Bastards.
And then we ended up going back to New York, back to Louisville, back to New York, and then all the way down through here, out to Denver. We went out to Denver.
Fathead.
Out to Fatheads. And then we went back and we camped.
Went to Kansas.
We went out like all these places, like all this. I'm just scratching it out.
We camped the whole entire way.
Scratch. But then we ended up out here in this strange little weird spot. And there's not much land out here. There's just water. And then we basically restarted. The thing about being out here is what's really important is that with all this water around, and I think all you guys are out here appreciate this, that's a lot of flat water. And there's about 100, if not 150 targets with just binoculars around here that basically smash the heliocentric model undeniably. Like it's just there's lighthouses, there's stuff, there's everything. It's like you're almost in the perfect long distance situation with flat water, which that's how water behaves. It's flat. You can see shit all the fuck over all this that you shouldn't be able to see. The one that we did today was more so. It was more so of a sun fade test because the sun was going down over here. So we had a beach side and then 50 meters on the drone up above, so that you could see a sun fade. Well, up here at Avon, I think this is roughly 14, 15 miles. You can see this water tower almost all the way down to the bottom over here. And there's also stuff you can see up here. And there's also a bunch of nature pods out here in the Pamlico Sound that you can see. It's pretty much, if you're a long distance photographer's dream and you also understand spherical trig, basically the globe gets denied completely within this little stretch. And I didn't even know that was really going to be the thing when it came down, because we just wanted to get the hell away from New York. And we're like, well, you get down here.
No,
and then we start seeing
beach.
shit. We start seeing shit way up this island thing. We're like, wait, that's got to be Salvo, right? That's got to be Avon. And of course we were right. And we're like, that's fucking 10 miles away.
Yeah, but we also take the ferry across too. So if you zoom in a little bit more.
Well, this is where we take the ferry.
So you see that little heart there? Zoom in, zoom in.
Yeah.
So that little bit right there, you can see the land to the land, but the ferry has to go around it because there are shoals.
Well, there's
there.
shoals in here. It's like
you can't. So we basically live on a floating sandbar that's alive, and I think it's moved by crabs.
But also, if you go, like, you stand right here, like, as you wait to get on the ferry, you can see the fucking water tower right here.
Yeah, you can see everything.
Which is rough. I don't want to say that's roughly 12 miles.
You can see the Salvo Lighthouse from there.
You can also, well, of course, because it's a lighthouse.
You can see all of the lighthouses.
Yeah, so lighthouse is all the way up and down here. So, but lighthouses have always been a kind of one of those things that I don't know, kind of a FE proof to no end.
The oldest lighthouse in the United States is in Cape May, New Jersey. The second oldest lighthouse in the United States is Ocracoke Island in North Carolina, which is where we live. So Ocracoke and Cape May, there is a straight line between those two lighthouses. You can probably see all the way to Cape May, New Jersey.
Either way, you can see
because of the perspective of the lighthouse and how the water works.
No, it's flat. So you can just see the damn light. Here's Ocracoke. Here's Avon. You can see the damn.
That's why it's called a sound. That's why you can hear it. That's why there is
Anyway, hey, can you send Andrew the link? Can you send Andrew the link?
How?
I'm just gonna. I'll send it to you.
I don't have the link.
Hold on.
My phone is not alive.
Let me just do a thing here real fast.
I actually don't have the link.
Okay, hold on.
And my phone is dead.
I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna send it to. Let's see. Okay,
Can
copying.
you just send it to him?
I'm trying.
My phone is dead. I don't know how it died. My phone died.
Hold on. All right, that's copied. And so I am going to show you guys some footage as soon as I can figure out why my computer will not allow me to do my own information on stuff. There we go. Hold on.
You're gonna have to upload the video to YouTube to private. It's the easiest way to do it, or put it on Drive so that you can have a link, because you need to display it in the window.
Okay. So, hold on here. And this is not popping up here, so just a second here.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's up there. Of course it is. All right.
Well, this is the reason why 3 screens confuse the shit out of me.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Let me get Andrew this link. There we go. And then, so anyway, what we did today, which was like the one thing I wanted to talk about tonight, which I hope I get to show it to you, because what we were trying to go for was showing a sun fade, which has been done before. It's been done. Let me get off this map here. Remove that. Let's see. Let me turn this stupid music down. So anyway, the big thing that we wanted to do, especially when we were working here today, was like actually get a more clear shot of what is called a sun fade. In other words, Weiss has got a shot of it. It's huge, zoomed in, probably within photo software. You couldn't the zoom on the drones that go up. It's about 4 times. Maybe 6 times. The one that he has, basically relatively the same. Then you have to dump the raw data in, and it's not, if it's pixelated, that means it's not good enough. You have to like get the raw data out, and that's what we're working on, pulling that up. But essentially, what happens is, you look over the horizon, and the sun isn't really going down, as we all used to understand it. It's basically disappearing. It's taking its local light away. And if you can capture it well enough, if you could do it in a sound enough structure with photography and resolution, you can catch it actually just fading into itself. Which we have now 3 shots that we've done, and we're sort of working on trying to get the resolution up to speed so that it doesn't just look like a big mishmash at the resolution point, but you actually see the circle get smaller, and then disappear. You're talking about major optics at the diminishing point of perspective. If you're lucky, you can get that. If you're lucky, you can do that thing. And I wanted to show this video, and for whatever reason, let me send.
No, you have to upload it to YouTube.
So annoying.
Do you want me to control the mouse?
So fucking annoying.
Control the mouse. I can upload it to YouTube.
You know what? Actually, you know what? You already have it on your phone. So
my phone's dead.
All right. So here's what you do. You take this.
Do you want me to do it on your phone?
You take the.
No, here, give me your phone, and I'll do it on
Hold
your
on,
phone.
hold on.
No, I don't even need you to tell me how to do it. I can do it myself.
All right. Here's the video. It's right there.
Yeah.
So grab that and then just put it on YouTube. So anyway, we wanted to show some stuff.
Thank you so much for explaining that to me.
You want to do this in front of a crowd?
I love your mansplaining. It's really cute.
Okay. Go figure out how to do that, I guess, because my own computer will not allow me to show what we saw.
I'm sorry. That was funny. I can't.
Yeah.
Where's the video? Can you tell me?
I just showed it to you. I just put it there. Go do it. So the idea is, and I think we're going to get enough samples on this, is that what happens is if you get a shot at sea level, and obviously the sun's going down, you consider it down. It's actually going away, but it's going down into perspective. Over even if it's just actual sea, it still disappears into a thing. Weiss got some of the stuff. He got one of them, which was amazing, which was basically, I think he was just above the trees in Connecticut. He got it to disappear into itself, which would basically explain, the local sun taking this light away from you and going out into the distance. Well, it turns out here, it's really, really apparent out here because we've got two oceans. We've got the Pamlico Sound and we've got the Atlantic. And it's very clear. Like if you're even remotely in touch with some of this talk, it's really clear. So what we were trying to do was refine the one shot that Weiss had gotten, and there's a lot of other people who have gotten it too, which is like get that shot of the sun going away and disappearing into itself, alongside with a shot from beachside. So you have two of them. You put a box with the drone that's 40, 50 meters up, and then a box with the seaside shot. And what you should get is you'll see at the seaside shot, the sun is out of view. It's set, as it were. But then the shot from the drone is still, the sun's still up. And that was kind of the idea, and I think it's something that I think it's really worth like refining. I know the people that have been in this forever have seen these things. A few people have really caught these. Wise caught one. I'm sure there's probably hundreds of others. People, the sun going away, sun going away, sun going away. Well, I want to repeat that until you just can hammer it in someone's face and be like, it's the sun's going away. It's taking its local light that way. It's not going over a physical horizon. It's just going away. And we've actually, with our own eyes, we've watched it happen. Capturing it is a whole other bugger. Did you send the?
It's on Reckoner already.
It is already? Well, did you send me the link?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it in my thingy?
All
right, hold on. Oh, there it is. All right. So let's pull that up and this was no, it's because it's private. It's private. So you have to.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. So.
All right. Hold on. Let me go into the settings. This is fucking bullshit.
Just make it public, and it'll show. There's nothing private about it anyway.
You put it up 2 hours ago. Like people know it's there. It's
yeah. Just make it public, and then
I'm working on it.
Yeah. So we were like, we've got a chance. We did 3 times. The first one was okay. Second one was all right, and then the third one's getting better.
Refresh and check it again.
Refresh what?
Refresh the YouTube.
You mean the link you sent?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going for it. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's there now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna share this. This is just a mock-up of what we're going for.
Well, we did this a few times. And so I don't know if anybody knows. I am actually a photographer. And so I kind of know a little bit of things about the things. So I'm not going to be an asshole and school everybody about it. But anyways, it's really fun to do drone photography with Lowry.
Yeah. You got anything else?
I mean, yeah, I do. I definitely do. Do you want me to keep talking?
No, I don't. Okay. I don't want you to. All right. So here's what it is. This is the idea, which you're going to see as a couple of screens. The idea is the edit is you've got an edit with the view of the drone, and you got to edit with where it is at seaside. And it may seem stupid to you right now, but this is the nut. This is the one that's really just when you show it to even people that have never thought about heliocentrism versus geocentrism. They look at this and they're gonna be like, wait, what?
Well, actually,
wait, what?
This was actually Lowry's idea.
No, it wasn't my idea.
Yeah,
no. There was other people.
No, it was your idea, and I was like, okay.
No, there's other people that have done this before.
Other people have done it, but I've never done it. And as a still photographer and a film photographer, it was kind of a little bit more of a challenge than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Because my perspective had to capture the whole perspective, And then his perspective had to capture, the elevation of it and sort of, for lack of a better word, the circumference of it. But that's
not the right word, but
it's not the right word, but from a lens perspective, it is actually, because a lens has a curvature.
Yeah, so
to be able to capture the plane of both of the perspective kind of took a little bit of...
Yeah, so basically what she's trying to say is like, she's sitting at sea level with a camera. I'm shooting a camera up about 40 meters, and we're getting an angle of viewpoint at the sun at 40 meters. She's taking one from ground level. And now Weiss had gotten a shot in Connecticut where he got a sun fade and it just disappeared into itself. He didn't get what his friends were seeing at the beach, looking also west. What we're trying to do is get both the shot from the beach, looking west. We have the Pamlico Sound, and then we want a shot from 40 meters is conservative. I would like to, get it up to 1,500 feet. A lot further. But the thing about it is that either way, we're on a federal land out here, and like every time we try to get much higher than there are laws. You can't get the drone up much higher, and you're like, dude, why? Like, there's like the airport's way over there, so we're running into a lot of like little markers, like what we can do, what we can't do. But we did get the drone up to 33 meters
do
today.
they have buoys in the sky? Are there buoys in the sky?
No, it's just no.
No, I'm serious.
But anyway, I want to share this.
Drones in the sky.
Yeah, it does. Just here we go. Let me share.
No, how do they do that?
Make up a story. Do whatever you want with it.
I mean, do you really make up a story? I can do that.
Yeah. All right, hold on a second. Let me get let's see. Okay. Image files. Now it's not even looking like it's supposed to do anything. Let me get this up here. Stop screen. Let me do this. Let's see if I can do this. Share screen. Okay. I might get this to work. All right. Here we go. So this is basically what it would look like in the edit. And you guys take a look at this. And all right, let's make that big, and I will play that. Okay.
Oh my God, Paige! Hi, Paige.
Those shots are at the same time, one drone, one deem. We're on take 4 on this, and we're gonna nail it. The right or the left side, we have to get it rendered high resolution. Those are at the exact same time from the same spot.
You're welcome.
Woo! Sun is down on the beach. We just gotta get that one up to high res over there on the left.
Okay, just say.
have to get the resolution up so we can get the fade on this one. Because it's too pixelated at 1080. So we gotta get the full raw download, and then as soon as we get that, then we'll publish. This is our third try. We may have to do a few more. More to come. Yeah, so you can kind of see what we're going for there. We essentially, it's like you have an ultimate opportunity here in a very, very flat space with a lot of water around, and there's multitudes of proofs around, according to the spherical trig. You can see there's 3 lighthouses. There's you've got the sun, which we're going to try to capture above the horizon, disappearing into itself, and we have to render that footage to the point where there's Andrew. Hey, buddy. Hi, bud.
Hey, sexy people.
Hey. So yeah, we've been playing around a lot with. Honestly, we've got a set of binoculars here that are just as well as anything that works. We can see the and I'll go ahead and share this one too, just for fun. There is let's see, share screen.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Nico.
And so we'll just pull this up. So, like down here, this is where we're at. We're over here, and the Avon Lighthouse is here. You can, or not lighthouse, the water tower. You can see it all the way down to the bottom. You've got.
Wait, show them where the point is.
Which point?
The south point.
Oh yeah.
So
that's actually really amazing because when I
so the heart over there on the right hand side, that's where the ferry docks. And the ferry takes about an hour, and a little bit more than an hour, but it goes around because there are shoals. Shoals.
Yeah, but
like literally the island. I think that this island literally just floats in the middle of the ocean and is like anchored by a diamond or something.
No, it's not like that. If you go down
well, yeah, in my rainbow bright world, Andrew, it is. It is. Okay.
Well, it still stays here. It's
anyways
for all you.
So between the heart and between that blue dot, there is about 11 miles.
That's 12 miles here.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So, but where that little 12 number is, in between that, you're driving on a sandbar.
Yeah, you're driving on the beach. Right?
You're basically driving on the beach. Like the reason why we were stuck at home, which was totally fine.
Yeah. The ocean washes over
literally,
this little spot
the
here.
waves were washing over onto the road, and the road is basically eroded.
Yeah,
which I find that actually kind of ironic.
also worth mentioning is all of you climate horrors out there that think that the oceans are going to swallow up everything. This island's been here for record keeping 150 years. It hasn't changed.
Well, and the ocean has been swallowing it.
It swallows it, but then
the ocean swallows it literally every day.
But then it comes back.
It's like gingivitis of the ocean.
What's the elevation?
I don't know.
0.
Well,
0.
Well, you're
0. There's no ocean rising anything here. If anything, what happens is if you have storms, what happens is the the ocean pushes water up over this highway, and then you can't get to the ferry, and you just have to spend
Yeah, you
4 or 5
basically
days
just can't
out
go to
here.
work.
But this island has been here for 150 years,
It's
record
like
keeping
government
wise.
shutdown alley.
Yeah, there's no ocean raising. It's just horseshit. But there's a lot of stuff that like happens when you live out here. You can't get to the ferry because the ocean pours over this little portion right here, and then you don't want to drive in that because the ocean will just wash you from the Atlantic
It'll suck you out
into
to
the
sea.
Pamlico. So yeah, there's that. But that's it's just storms, right? But anyway, the point being is what I wanted to bring up was like when you're out here, you've got flat Earth proofs this way, you've got it this way, you've got it this way, you've got it this way, you've got boats out this way, and then you've got water towers and lighthouses all the way up this entire up island, and you can see it clearly. You can almost with the naked eye, you can see the bottom of water towers. Say in Avon, this is my favorite one. I'm going to do one on this. You can see the Avon water tower from right around here, which is Hatteras. You can see the bottom of it. You can also see people basically windsurfing and kite surfing out here in the ocean. You can see the wake off of their surfboards on the water.
You can see the
from
pelicans.
here, from here, and that is absolutely in opposition of what spherical trig demands. It doesn't just suggest it; it demands it. So, like, we're sitting in a cornucopia of observations, looking all the way up this thing here, all the way up island, and we also have down island and on into the mainland, where you can see stuff that you shouldn't be able to see, and it's hilarious. Like Nicole was, she was on the ferry, and she basically like somebody walked up, and then we had one of Stefan's the Strong, and then the flat earther sticker on the back of our car, and dude walks up to her and says, I want to ask you a question. What's this deal with this flat earther sticker or whatever? And Nicole, she didn't say anything. She just went, as if look around, right? Because you can look out over every single direction and you can see shit you shouldn't be able to see. So it's hilarious. And like that was the point I wanted to like bring up tonight. That was the reason I got on, was I wanted to show, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get high resolution at right now. I went up too high last night. The first one I did was okay. Second one, I went up too high, and there's also some government restrictions on drone activity above a certain height. So I got some.
It's based upon you have to check with your local like air. For me, I can hear an airplane going overhead right now because I'm very, very close to the landing path of the San Jose International Airport. So I can only bring a drone up to about 150 feet. And then all of a sudden my drone will give me a warning saying, if you go above that, then you're violating that airspace. And
I'll be
liable for anything that happens beyond that point.
Yes, it's a weird gig. So this is like the tricky bugger of it. So like we would go out to certain spots and we'd get it up to about 10 meters and then it would return to home. You cannot film here, whatever. So that we would go to another spot further out and we'd be able to get a lot more height. But then we'd be away from the towers. So if you're away from the towers, the drone automatically resorts to back to home, deliver back to home. So like on our second attempt, we got up to 50 meters, and just when the sun's going down, it returned it back to home. And I was like, this is some bullshit. This is some serious bullshit, right?
Automatically without.
Yes, because here's the bugger of it. When you get to the place that you actually, it's ideal to do drone photography. There's not enough tower coverage to triangulate and also fly the drone, through the network. So like the only way that actually makes it work really well is if you have your transmitter is actually your own phone. Well, your phone's also dependent on the towers. So like you're in this. There's a very fine line where you can get one little spot where you have both tower coverage, you have lack of government like fucking with the drone, because there's airports and they'll say you can't fly it that high because there's airports or whatever. So you have to find these little eddies where you can get the drone up high enough, it can still communicate with towers, it's not in the way of the airport, and then you also have a straight shot at the west, what I would say the west horizon of the Pamlico Sound, which I think that's where we're going to get the shot. The shot's going to happen westbound out of where we're at, and it's going to be over water, and we're going to have a shot at ground level on the beach. And then we're going to have a shot. My goal would be 1,500 feet, which we've only got a third of that way before the drone quits and it poops out and it comes back to ground. But we're trying
when
to
it
find
gets down to like a certain amount of battery power, it will give you a warning saying that if it's too far away, it may not.
Well, it's not just that; it just loses track of the remote and the phone. So I'm running it from a remote with the phone, which is also talking to the towers, which is like also triangulating its position. If it gets anywhere out of the range of where it can talk to either the towers or the phone, this is a safety mechanism and it's good.
I don't think they talk to towers.
What's that?
I don't think the drones talk to towers. I think they
triangulate their position by the towers. But the thing about it is that if it loses contact with either the towers or the initial source where you're controlling it, which would be your remote, which your phone, then it just automatically defaults to return to sender. In other words, it just brings it back to the spot that it started. That's why you triangulate the position where you launch it from.
What drone do you have?
I have the DJS Mini 2, so I don't have the Pro, but it's basically the same thing, But what it does is
DJI Mini 2. That's the one I have.
DJI Mini 2, yeah. And if you don't find the right perfect spot, then you lose your shot every single time. It's like I put it up in the air. And like we were just like last night, we were just at the point where I would get the sun away, the sun fade, and it lost because I got too greedy. I tried; it was like at 30 feet. I tried to push it up to 50 feet, and of course, like right at 50 feet, it quit. It turns around. It doesn't zoom on the sun anymore. Turns around and returns back to sender, which is fine. At least it didn't fall into the ocean, right? And so like then we took it out tonight. And we actually did get it to go up. And so now we have to find out if the raw footage, which is different than the compressed footage, which would show up in QuickTime, which is, it's very pixelated, whatever. Well, you should be able to see, and this is the idea, is you should be able to see the sun disappear into itself circularly. And you can see it even in the pixels that we're dealing with right now. But I want to get it perfect. I want to get it in high res raw footage, it disappearing into itself, and I also want to do it right next to where Nicole is filming the footage from the ground, so you can see that you can't see it from the ground, but you can see it from 50 meters up, see it disappear into itself, which would mean that you have a local light taking its local light with it and disappearing, and then you can totally not see it on the ground. That's kind of what we were going for. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, yes, it does. But you're going to have to do it multiple times in multiple.
We're on number 3.
Okay, yeah.
We're on number 3. I think it's going to be it's 25, 30 times. But it has to be that raw footage, not pixelated footage. It has to be raw, and we have to sit here and we literally have to render it over the course of 24 hours to get because there's so much information, right? But it needs to be a little circle that keeps disappearing until it goes away. And that's what we're looking for. And then you line it up against somebody who's filming it from the ground. Then you get your solution on it, which is basically you've got a sun that's going around you and it's disappearing into, perspective as far as you can see. And we've also got a lot of stuff where we've got it in comparison to sand dunes. So yeah, obviously it's going behind sand dunes. But I want that behind sand dunes. I want it behind just regular flat water, which is the Pamlico Sound. And then there's just not a question after that. It's just like, oh, it didn't go down. It just went away. And isn't that the bugger of it? Isn't that the one we're trying to look for?
Yeah, I think so. But It has to do with atmospheric lensing. And the first time I looked that up, I kid you not, that if you look at atmospheric lensing, I'm not sure, I haven't looked it up in a while. It said, well, flat earthers believe. I was like, what the fuck? It's just a concept of optics.
Yeah, yeah. Well, atmospheric lensing is not that hard to understand. Like the more more water is between the light source and the viewer, you're gonna get what. It's a really weird situation. What happens is like the light source is going further away from you, but the further away it gets from you, there's more water between that would magnify it. So it's not going to shrink as fast as you would think from, say, a physics perspective. In other words, you would think it would disappear at a mathematical described way. But because it's being magnified with more water between it and the observer, what you end up with is you've got a sun that it's getting smaller, but it's also getting magnified. So it's actually sort of doing this weird smaller, magnified, and the more water that gets between the observer and the light source, the apparent position of the light
the same
source.
exact thing actually applies in two different circumstances, which I can bring up. And by the way, I'm going to explain why my absence on the internet has been current and potentially. I'm only online tonight because I'm teaching. I'm on break right now, so I'll explain that in a moment. But if you go into a very, very foggy area, like the DMV even tells you, do not turn your brights on, your high beams, because what it does, it just magnifies the light, and it blind everyone in front of you, and causing accidents. So you have to usually just turn on like just your regular beams, even when it's dark outside. So the same thing also occurs because it's very close to Halloween. They use this in haunted houses. They'll have people that have these, they're just like these characters, actors and stuff, and they'll fill the entire room with a certain amount of, these different types of, fog lights and, fog, artificial fog. And then they'll just, one I actually went to was pretty fucking weird. They dressed up all in white, and they didn't have any reflective anything on them. And they were just using tiny little lights. They were just like flickering. It was fucking creepy. Then you start to realize, oh shit, yeah, this fog machine is actually, it's focusing light in different directions based on angles and also the intensity of the light. So it's very interesting. So atmospheric is a real thing. Even physicists will acknowledge it. But when I looked it up on the internet, it immediately resorted to flat Earth. I was like, what? Why?
Well, yeah. Well, here's the bugger of that thing. It's like if you've ever seen the moon come up on its own over the horizon, it always looks huge. Like if it's coming over a hill somewhere, and the first time you saw it, and if you actually manage to see it, you turn and see the moon coming. You're like, holy fucking shit, that moon is huge when it's on the horizon. Then it gets obviously smaller. So there's a couple of things working here. Firstly, you do have what you're talking about, which is the magnification of the amount of moisture between you and the moon. That's magnifying it and making it bigger, right? As it gets up in the sky, it gets smaller, but there's not that much less magnification and stuff between you. You just don't have as many things in context to compare the moon to, because it gets into the big sky, it looks like a normal size, right? So like there's this really fine line between how you manage what it looks like contextually with the background, the tree that came up on the horizon behind, and everything else. And there's also magnification. But once it gets up into the sky, the context becomes so vast that the moon looks small. However, the amount of moisture that's between you and the moon, between when it's up in the sky, when it's on the horizon, probably hasn't changed much. It depends on the weather conditions or whatever. You just have a context of your background. You're looking at, like, you see the moon behind a building on the skyline. It looks fucking huge. That's what your mind is telling you. But I think generally you have the same amount of moisture between at the skyline and or up in the sky. And then if the moon or the parent position of the moon gets closer to you, you have less of magnification. Gets further away, you got more. And what it really does is just gives you this really bizarre strangeness of the moon sort of getting smaller, but still kind of getting bigger as it gets away from you. It's a weird one, man. It's one of the toughest ones when you understand the dome
it's
of
like
perspective.
an optical illusion, essentially.
Yeah.
Where,
Every single person has a dome of perspective, and it looks different to wherever you're standing. You know, and it's your moon for you to see, and you watch it do its thing. All we can do is infer that it's in a certain position in the sky. All we can do is infer that we understand the inverse square law of light, and we understand how that works. That helps. But as far as measuring like how big it is versus, you really have to okay, so in your dome of perspective, it looks this size at this time, but in your dome of perspective over there where you're looking at it looks at this size. It makes, I hate to use the word relativity because Einstein can fucking suck it, but he kind of twisted up a word and made it a fuck all word to fuck everybody up, because it is relative to wherever you're looking at it. Your version is in your own dome perspective. My version is mine, and we don't know what's in between our eyesight.
Don't forget, there's general relativity and special relativity.
Oh my god!
Super special people. Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, fucking. Where's your rubber toy at? When it comes to the moon, also something that I've been looking up for a while, I don't really bring it up very often, is so they say that there's going to be a certain moon phase. There's 8 moon phases, as a lot of people know, but they say, on April 13th, it's going to be a red moon, a blood moon. How the fuck do they know that? Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. But it's super rare. Like once in a blue moon, I think they say it happens every 3 months.
Well, there's a guy that's in charge of all this information that goes out there that tracks all of this stuff. And chat or Karen knows his name. It's one dude. And he says, this is what's happening here. Like the same person that says, oh, there's a comet coming, or there's a meteor shower tonight, or we've tracked this or whatever. There's not too many people out there that say this stuff. There's one dude, or maybe an office of 2 to 3 people who farm this information out and say, hey, it's a meteor shower tonight. Oh, hey, there's a new comet. But they've already known this information. It's just a cycle of knowledge that it's like the farmer's almanac of the sky, and no one even questions it. But there's has anyone ever honestly tried to find where this guy is, where his little team is, his team of 3 or 4 people they're saying, hey, there's this coming now. Nobody ever talks about it. Who is this cat? I'd like to fucking meet him. And I'd be like, hey man, I want to see your farmer's almanac of the sky. And how do you know this? And why were you charged with keeping track of letting everyone else know when there's going to be a meteor shower? Because no one else pays attention to it. Nobody else pays attention to shit. You can't even get them to look the fuck up. They're busy with life shit.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, and the minute you get somebody even last night, Nicole and I, there was a meteor shower. Someone told us that. We're like, oh shit, let's go out. And we actually laid a bed out on the deck and laid down and looked at the sky. You know the last time it was I did that? Maybe 45 years ago. And we did it, and we saw one nice little thing go across the sky. It was awesome. I think it's a light show. I think it's part of the fucking planetarium shit or whatever it is we're looking up at.
It's very easy to do.
Yeah, of course. And
well,
so
I
was
that in the military too, by the way. I can explain why and how.
But ask yourself this. This is the bigger question. This is the question that I would ask anyone in chat and everybody else that listens to this video. When's the last time you laid down on your back with a blanket, put a pillow behind your head, and watch the stars for even an hour? And I would guess, my best bet would be nobody does it. Ever.
No, I've done it. I live
in
California, so yeah, we would have little bonfires and shit.
Sorry to interrupt, but can I tell my perspective of this last night?
As long as it's sexy, yeah.
Okay.
Take over.
So hold on. So I was like, hey, the Orionian meteor shower is happening tonight. And Alex was like, what's that? And I was like, it's a meteor shower.
A light show.
So we've got these like twin size sort of like mushroom pads that we
Mushrooms.
have.
I like mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
I'll send you some more. Don't worry.
Thanks. I really need some. So we have these like, like the cushions that are like, the orthopedic things. And I was like, let's pull this out onto the deck and let's watch the meteor shower. And Alex was like, all right, let's do it. So we pulled him out on the deck and we're like laying there and he's like, this is like not really exciting. And then all of a sudden this bright streak streaked across the sky. It was the brightest shooting star I've ever seen. And Alex was like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like it. So like he totally kind of downplayed that just now because he was really excited to see that meteor last night.
So like hyper happy.
I mean, like he tries to be humble about his happiness, I think.
Okay. So
I mean, like it's cool.
yeah, the
But he
thing
was
that
like,
happens that I've actually seen in the military.
No, Andrew, his reaction last night, both of our reactions last night, we were like, oh, whoa. It was like nothing we've ever seen. It was crazy. It was this gigantic fireball streak across the sky. And both of us were like, what the fuck?
And did it
It
go
was
all
crazy.
the way across the sky?
All the way across the sky.
To the
But
other
it was
horizon?
from one side to the
Or
other.
did it burn out?
No, it didn't burn out.
Okay, there's something weird then.
No, it was bizarre. But also, I have to tell you, military-wise, there are so many military planes and military helicopters. Like the other day, I was sitting here and it was like whoosh, whoosh, and there was like 5 F-16s that just were like woof, 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 across the sky. And then there's Chinooks that come here all the time. It's weird. There's like talent. Sometimes I check like the flight radar where I hear something and I'm like, that was an F-16. Because I grew up, my dad, he fixed the helicopter headsets on the John F. Kennedy aircraft carrier. So he knows all of the sounds of all of the planes. So growing up, we lived near an Air Force base, Selfridge in Michigan. And my dad would be like, F-16. So I know what the sound barrier sounds like. I know what Chinooks sound like. I know what Blackhawks sound like.
Yeah,
just
a lot
because
of people,
my dad's
when they
like,
you can tell the difference between like a CX-46 and
yeah,
CH-53. And I could.
Yeah.
I worked around them all the time, even though I was never
Yeah.
a crew member of them. And what you might be experiencing is, I've been there a couple times for some training stuff, but it's called Cherry Point in North Carolina. It's a Marine Corps aviation station. So
oh, cool.
yeah, it's where they have a lot of their. The Marine Corps doesn't use a whole lot of fighter jets. The ones that I know of, at least, they use it's called an AV-8 jump jet. So it can take off. It can it takes off the same way that a helicopter does. And then they also have different.
That's the plane Chinook kind of one, right? Where it
No,
can
this
land
one is,
basically
it
on
looks like a
anything?
regular fighter jet, but it has the jets will angle downward. It doesn't have any propellers on it.
Yeah, it uses like the propulsion stuff, and it can just sort of. It's like the Jetsons one.
Sort of, but yeah, there's no propellers on this thing. It just has. And then
no, they just have.
Is called.
Wait, hold on. Jet propulsion and propellers. Propellers are different than propulsion, right?
No, it's just pushing down. It's just the way the angle of the.
Yeah, but propellers push forward.
No, if you twist them, no. It doesn't work like that. I can show you. It's just aerodynamics. But when it comes to a Chinook, those are aircraft that do actually they can take off like a helicopter, and then all of a sudden they will change their wings. Oh, sorry, they'll angle the propellers 90 degrees forward, and now it works like a prop airplane. But
Neat.
yeah, it's called a Chinook.
Yeah, I've seen
No,
them.
no,
I've
Chinook,
seen many.
an osprey. Oh, I say Chinook.
Okay, let me tell you something. Ospreys are the coolest birds in the entire world. And I was laying out on our back deck, which is screened in, and I had Esther, the little black cat, the little black kitten that we kind of like the cat distribution system was like, you're going to have these cats. And we were like, okay. Esther is laying on my chest, and Roy was laying on like a ledge. And I have my eyes closed, and I heard something, and this bird poked a hole in the screen of the porch that's like the size of a nickel. Its wingspan was from the corner to the corner, and it was coming to get Esther. It was an osprey. And the reason why I know it was an osprey is because an osprey's wings, when they're spread, they have like white underneath. They're like sea eagles. They're the most amazing, besides a peregrine falcon or possibly a pelican or basically like hummingbird or whatever. But I swear the U.S. military has taken birds and tried to recreate them in like
A lot of
metal.
military stuff has been renamed after Greek gods and different types of animals and birds and things like that. It's a pretty common thing.
Animal spirits. Animal spirits.
So I'm going to share. Do you have the ability? I'm just a guest at the moment. I'm going to share my screen.
I have no abilities whatsoever.
All right, well, then
I
fine.
am literally sitting in this chair and talking on this microphone, which is way too loud in my ears.
Yeah, I've only got like 30 more minutes at most, and then I have to get back to class because I'm teaching.
You're still teaching? Why are you teaching? Are you teaching night school?
I teach 12 hours a day, twice per week, and then I teach 12 hours a day, 2 days a week. So I have a 40-hour shift.
12 hours a day, twice per day. Did you just
Online.
say that?
Online. I'm at home right now.
12 hours a day, twice per day. So you have two 12-hour shifts.
No.
twice per- So you're working for like 24 hours straight? Like, how does that even work?
I have to be available an hour before class starts, and I have to be available after.
Do you get paid overtime?
Nope.
Dude, you know what? Are you getting paid because there's a shutdown and
Yeah,
stuff?
I'm getting paid. I wouldn't be doing this shit for free. I mean, if I won the lottery or some, briefcase of
You would
gold,
still do it if you won the lottery.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
That's
still would,
just
yeah.
how you are.
I would just do
Because
it
you
free.
like it. It challenges
enjoy it,
you.
yeah.
You're like, I got this. This is fun.
Yeah, well, you want to hear what I'm teaching tonight?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna fucking bore the shit out of you.
No, it won't because I love electricity.
Okay, branch circuit, motor circuit, and feeder circuit calculations based upon environment and also depending upon situations such as if it's going to be in a wet environment or in a very hot environment and the calculations associated with that. That's what I was teaching.
Wait. Hold on.
I know it's a lot. I mean, when you go, it's going to
No,
take
it's not. It's not that much. It actually is not. It's actually really simple. It's like, hey, these are these things that you have to put together and like make them like do well in like a hot or a humid environment. But like a hot or a wet environment, like what do you mean?
Okay, if you take wires, okay, just a standard wires, take like,
Wrap them in plastic.
yep, and that. Let me get into the physics. Okay,
Bye.
I'm gonna nerd off for a second.
Yeah, we're
All right, yeah.
we're gonna do a lot of little short ones like this as we move forward because I think like it's going to be a fairly interesting winter. I think a lot of people can feel it. Over on TFS, we have guests lined up for the rest of the year, and we're going to talk about interesting things that's worthwhile talking about. And I think if we can get some of these out in just little portions, little packets, that maybe somebody can use, somebody can learn from. I mean, you're a teacher, Andrew. I mean, you get this. It's like little packets of information. Do what you will with it, and then maybe you might inspire somebody to go out and like with us, just getting here to the Outer Banks has been like fascinating because like I feel like we kind of have a cheat code, and then you end up in a place down here where we're looking out over the water, and we're like seeing like how the sailors saw it, like how the mariners saw it, and it kind of lays into the general topic that we've all been talking about for a lot of years, and I think it's powerful. I think if we can continue to do little bits like this and that, and like you work in electricity, which is like
I think I do. Yeah, that's kind of
you do
my job
something
title
that's
is,
you do invisible work, but I think it's valuable to like teach the little lessons here and there, and kind of understand like how that goes, and for me like without overloading people, and also like little teachable moments, little teachable things that can I don't know everything. I try to learn stuff
well,
the
I
best
can
I can.
teach, when I come back. I just don't know when or if that's going to happen on Sunday nights because like today, even though I'm supposed to be, I gave them their quiz and their exam assignment and stuff like that. And so far, I have to be available for questions, but no one's asking any questions at the time.
Yeah.
So that's why I have some free time to do this. But yeah, I mean, when I come back, if I come back again, because it's just too much for me.
Yeah,
40 hours a
well,
week.
I
I'm
mean,
live streaming, so
well, here's the thing. This is the thing. I've been on a big Alan Watts kick. That
who the hell is that?
he's one of the old Zen meisters. He's dead now, but he's it's like you can't. The only thing you can do is present information to people, but they have to go through it on their own. It has to be their own journey, as it were. And I think you come from the same position as I do. I think is that like you try to reach out and try to like change someone's world because you think it's the right thing to do. It doesn't work that way. They have to go through it on their own. So the best thing you can do is like lay out the information, say, here's a door. If you want to walk through it, here's the door I would recommend walking through. You don't have to do it. It's not our job to do it anymore because I like after the last year, after this TFE debacle, it created such a war that like I was like I don't. I mean, my life is too important to get up to. Like, I want to do music. I want to do what, and like, but the important thing is that you lay it down, you say what you want to say, and you go with it. You go with it. You, as in anyone that's listening to this, go with whatever you think, and have an experience with it, or don't.
Yeah, well, one thing that I do as a teacher, because I have a lot of different things that are presented to me, and I have something pretty funny to tell you in just a second after this.
Sure.
That if someone comes to me and says, because I have to teach a variety of subjects, whether it be mathematical, theoretical, physical, or, well, physical, when I have to teach solar, how to install solar panels and shit, you have to have them at a certain point. And it can also have them moving with a motor, automatic motor,
Right.
etc. Anyways, then some people will come up to me and say, the Earth is flat, right? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I've learned not to engage in that too much, but even though
it's a tough bugger, that one.
yeah, so
if you're
will come up and say, do you think the moon landing was fake? And then what I've learned to do is say, you know what? I'm not sure. If you think it is, or what is true or wasn't true, bring me your best information. I'll take a look at it. That's what I do with the students, and that's all I have to do. And then I can do the same thing with a lot of different topics as well.
Yeah, it's you. How do you tell a fish that it swims in water? And that's the thing. It's like you if you're trying to describe something that's obvious, it's like the ether, right? Like we're still trying to get our arms around the ether, which is like the thing that brings us all together. It's the same with water. It's like you tell a fish that it swims around in water, but it doesn't want to know that it swims around in water. There's nothing you can do about that until it realizes that it's out of the water, and then realizes, oh shit, there was water. you know, and that's kind of like the thing that I'm running into, like, you know, especially when we all first got into this thing and we're like talking about subjects that are really, really tough for everybody, you know, and you're like, maybe we did as much as we could do over the last 10 years. And I'm always, dude, I'm always down to talk about, you know, FE and everything else. I'll talk about that stuff from, you know, from here to Sunday, you know, but it's like, you have to like let people do it at their own speed. And that's been the strangest like experience or learning experience that I've had with this is like, you can't tell them how it's going to be. It has to be their thing that they're going through.
That's to leapfrog off that just for a minute, or piggyback off of whatever you want to call it. So when you
Sure.
were going through your undergrad program, were your instructors, professors ever giving you false information on purpose and then telling you to figure out?
Okay, so my particular position when I was being trained, I was going through a pre-med program. So like the biology program that I was going through was to prep me for general med, yeah. And but you had to go through, organic chemistry. You had to go through physics. You had to go through all the things so that you could essentially regurgitate stuff to a boss or somebody and say, "Hey, well, at least I went through this." But really, it was a training program for me to go into, the medical industry, not necessarily trauma medicine, which really I think trauma medicine is a lot more valuable than, a key in the cog that goes into a hospital and you're a nurse and you do a thing in the hospital. Yeah. I have a great deal of respect for trauma medicine. Like if I break my leg and a doctor fixes me, I'm like, dude, you're the man. What turned me away from it was I guess it was I guess I would say it was the aspect of medicine which has to do with not gasoline, but allopathic medicine. In other words, the thing, you have to shoot things into your veins in order to make yourself more healthy or whatever. Well, I haven't taken a shot in many, many years, and I haven't been sick, I
was more asking this in regards to, only because not trying to steer it towards back myself, but when I am teaching people, sometimes I was asking you this sort of a loaded question in a sense. So,
sure.
Once in a while, like tonight, I gave them the wrong information. And this is the second night in a row I lectured on it. So I said, okay, here's the answer. Solve it. And some people say, oh, yeah, it sounds good. I'm like, nope. I gave you the wrong information on purpose. Here's the correct answer. But some people figured out that, there was incorrect. There was missing information.
So you were kind of taking the approach of what do you call that? It's when you ask someone to figure it out for themselves. It's a technique.
Troubleshooting. That's all it is.
What's it called?
Troubleshooting.
Yeah, there's a word for it though. Nicole, what's it called? Like when you ask someone to come up to their own conclusions, it's
what?
Yeah, it's a technique where you actually swerve someone into thinking for themselves. What's it called?
Reverse engineering.
Well, there's a word for it. I'll come up with it next time I talk to you. But it's if you get somebody to walk through it on their own, that's what you want.
That's what I do.
You want them, yeah, and good for you, man. And you should like absolutely continue to do that forever, because like no one learns unless they walk through it on their own.
No, show people their mistakes.
Well, I mean, there's that.
Let people walk into their mistakes, like trick them into it, because that's how they learn.
Okay, that's kind of one way.
Well, if you show them the right way 10 times in a row, that's not the same thing.
In like the
Versus,
you don't have to feel bad about tricking somebody into doing the good thing.
Troubleshooting. If I get hired to do a job and something is wrong, then I have to figure out what's happening. Doesn't mean that someone was trained into doing it correctly. Therefore, I have to figure out what happened, and then I send them this big fucking bill saying, pay me now. And I
Well, if
figured
you
it
ask
out.
yourself like the really good questions is like, all right, what are the best lessons you've ever learned? You learned them on your own. Nobody told
Yeah.
you. Like, because if anything, it's like somebody tells you something to do, you're like, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck you. I'm gonna fucking rebel. But like if you actually go through it on your own, that's when you really take it in to your heart, right? So you could say like you're a teacher, you can present a situation to them, but they have to walk through that door. Yeah. Am I on the right track here?
Yeah, and to a certain
Yeah.
extent. My little rant was going to be about cell phones again because it's one of my biggest fucking pet peeves at the moment.
I know you hate that.
Oh
I
yeah,
know you
no,
hate that.
no, on yesterday, one of the students shows up. He decides to sit like right by the exit door. You can tell these are the students that don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Students that care sit in the front, and then from there, he was on his cell phone for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes in a row, and finally, I was like, "Hey, is your cell phone more important than what I'm trying to do to teach you to make money?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, if you want to do that, leave my classroom." He put his cell phone down and never fucking did it again the rest of the night. Sometimes you have
So
to
he,
embarrass
he,
these fuckers. But
he listened.
yeah. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick, only because. Oh shit! Wrong. I was about to share my fucking class stream. That would get me fired. Oh no, this is not. It's just. Okay, it's a really short video. Don't worry.
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, when you were AFK, Nicole and I were talking about the different aircraft that are used in regards to these different things. So this is the Osprey, which they
Oh
have.
yeah, Eel Osprey, the Seahawk.
Yeah, well, it's
Dude, those birds are fucking amazing.
yeah.
Do
Well,
not
she was telling me about the
underestimate
Osprey. I didn't even know an
Osprey.
Osprey was a real bird. I know they name them off a lot of that kind of stuff. So here you go, full volume.
Okay, hold on.
Meet the
There we go.
CV-22 Osprey.
Ready?
Oh, that Osprey. Oh, that's a mechanical.
Meet the CV-22 Osprey. The
Marine.
CV-22 Osprey is a tilt-rotor aircraft combining the vertical takeoff, hover, and landing abilities of a helicopter with the speed and range of a turboprop. It's designed for long-range infiltration, exfiltration, and resupply missions for Special Operations Forces. The Osprey's nacelles rotate to enable vertical takeoff and then tilt forward for fast level flight. It's equipped with advanced systems like terrain-following radar and threat countermeasures, and is armed with a 50 caliber machine gun on the rear ramp for defense. The CV-22 can operate in harsh environments, making it a versatile, self-deployable aircraft that can handle both rotary and fixed-wing missions. Like and subscribe for more on military aviation.
So when I think of the Seattle Seahawks, I don't think of that plane, but like it's kind of rad, right? It's just like, whoa, dude, that thing is. They actually fly over here a lot. The Ospreys. He's
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah. The reason I was bringing that up is
Ospreys fly
because
over here a lot. Blackhawks, Ospreys, Talons, fucking
Blackhawks is a CH
F-14s. You got fucking Raptors that are
CH-60
flying above.
or an
Seriously, this
AH-60.
place is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
There's Blackhawks
And don't
and
even talk
Seahawks.
to me about like the different sounds of all of the shit because my dad basically trained me on all of it. He was like Osprey, Blackhawk, fucking F-16. Did you hear the sound barrier? We live right by Selfridge. Do not fuck with me. I know fucking military planes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason you might be seeing some of that stuff as Alex, when you were AFK for a bit,
Yep.
Nico and I were talking about how you are seeing all these different things over the sky, and that is because you are very, very close to the Marine Corps Air Station, which is in Cherry Point, North Carolina.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they have a huge range. They'll go hundreds of miles out and just go in like big circles and just navigate. They're not doing this for their flight hours. I mean, well, they are, but think what else they're fucking doing. They're taking
Yeah.
pictures and fucking just. It's constant.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep it short tonight, my
Yep.
friend. I just wanted to come on tonight and like talk about a few things, but it's really good to hear from you. And and we'll be back on the TFS on Sunday night. I don't know who we have. I suppose we'll see you back there then at some point in time. I don't know when
maybe,
you're. Yeah, but always a pleasure to talk to you and like just.
I love you, Andrew.
Yeah, you're a good one. You're one of the good ones, buddy.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for coming on, guys. We just wanted to do a quick one tonight. Close out with.
Oh shit! Can I tell you something kind of funny that happened?
Yeah.
Right.
Go.
I don't know. Okay. So the other day I was in class and I went on to Sob's channel and actually told the same story, and people just they didn't get blocked for it, but I mean I would get fired for it if someone was in there. But fortunately, someone asked me a question. I forget. One of my students asked me a question, and I just turned around and said, "Fuck the Jews." No, and I said it loud, like I just did, and I have.
So how did that go off? How'd that work?
I'm pretty sure it echoed down the hallway. So it's a long hallway with just tile and fucking new paint, and the classrooms are really close together.
I was just thinking, like, let me see if this is actually still up here. I don't know if I can find it. Maybe I shouldn't play this. I don't know. I have like moments where I feel like I should play something and then probably shouldn't. But I don't know what the fuck. Where is it at? Hold on. You know what? We'll save it for next time.
I was trying to end that with a kind of a dark and funny.
I think there's going to be we're in such a weird time now where like everybody's they're starting to come to a certain conclusion that, oh, holy shit. It was a certain section of a certain amount of people. Now they call them certain names and certain other things, but everyone's trying to figure out how the fuck do we talk about this responsibly? How do we talk about this? And everyone's, like some people are just like, no, it's just the Jays. I don't think we've actually figured out how to responsibly talk about this and get around the amount of brainwash that's happened from this very group of people that aren't really of the Jays. They're not really of anything.
Oh my God, I am so anti-brainwash.
I know.
She's in the kitchen and
Seriously, that's brilliant.
I know. It's so weird.
Everything anti-brainwash all
I'll let
the
you close
way.
it out. I'm going to head out right now.
That is like, I want to fucking cheer.
All right, buddy. Love you.
Well,
We're going to close out with some songs.
For the rest of it, so cheers.
Yeah, man. Love you, buddy. But anyway, everybody, thanks for popping in. We're gonna do the Reckoner is gonna be more like just little bits here and there. Anti-brainwash shows for like 30 minutes or whatever. I don't know. And I hope that you guys are all good, and we got a ton of stuff to show you. It's gonna be a minute before we get it all rendered. But we're going to get to that. In the meantime, I'll play some music, and we'll see you guys. There's not going to be a regular Reckoner show. It's just going to be whenever I feel like it.
Whenever he reckons.
Whenever I reckon. Or maybe Nicole will take over the channel, and she'll just, like, start talking about shit, and I won't even know she's on here. Don't really know. Don't really know how that's going to work.
I mean,
but
you never know what's going to happen on the Reckoner.
You don't, actually. And hold on, let me get this back up here. So I'll play a song to get us out of here. And love you guys dearly. And
Day 20.
This is during
this is second song,
the 2020 event.
Full empty.
Yeah.
Would it be alright if we
Love you guys.
could
Mwah.
dance on the rock on the falling building? La da da. Sleep in the middle of Ocean Parkway. La da da. You said I shouldn't dream so much. dance in the middle of Ocean Parkway. La da da. You said I shouldn't love you so much, and I am self-aware. I am trying to spend your life, your life, your life, your life. I'm asking you to save your own life. If you get alarms, why don't you call them? Why don't you call them? If you get alarms, why don't you call them? Why don't you call them? If you get alarms, why don't you call them? Why don't you call them? If you get alarms, why don't you call them? Why don't you call them? Yeah. Would it be alright if we could dance on the rubble of your falling building? La da da. Sleep in the middle of Ocean Parkway. La da da. You said I shouldn't dream so much, and I am self-aware. I am trying to spare your life, your life, your life, your life. I'm asking you to save your own life. So sleep on the rubble of your falling buildings. La da da. And dance in the middle of Ocean Parkway. La da da. said, I shouldn't love you so much. And I am self-aware. I am trying to spare your life. I'm asking you to save your own life. If you get alarms, why don't you pull out? Why don't you pull out? If you get alarms, why don't you pull out? Why don't you pull out? If you get alarms, why don't you pull out? Why don't you pull out? If you get alarms, why don't you pull out? Why don't you pull out?
Mwah.